Thank you. Namaskaram. Namaskaram. Teacher Namaskaram പറഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ ആരും തിരിച്ചു പറഞ്ഞില്ല. When you say Namaskaram, returning back Namaskaram is Bharatiya Samskaram. I don't know where to start and what to speak. How many of you heard me earlier? So you could ask me questions. That could be the best way. Right? We were just discussing about the percentage of pass, maths, physics, chemistry, first semester, right? Maths, physics, chemistry, first and second semester. I was executive director of an engineering college, Payyanur. That was in 2013, because my old house was to be renovated. So somebody called me to select a principal for the college. So I selected somebody. He said he will only join after 8 months. So they wanted somebody to take care of college. So I was posted there. So I thought it's a nice opportunity. I can renovate my old house. In that college, few of my plus 1, plus 2 teachers were teaching chemistry, who taught me chemistry when I was a plus 1, plus 2 student. And the plus 1, plus 2 illa, it was pre-degree. It was unfortunate that college had only 4% pass in chemistry, and I had to scold my teacher. You understood? Is it that difficult for students to pass the subjects? Is a big question. Is it difficult? In Kerala, it's very, very strict. I am in Hyderabad for last 33 years, right? Engineering colleges, including, I was also a faculty in one of the engineering colleges. We don't take attendance at all. Because those who are interested will physically come. Those who want to go, they can go. You know, most of the children will attend courses outside. They will prepare for GATE, GRE, IELTS, get all the extra courses. Here it cannot happen it because you don't have such facilities around. There, come to the city, you get thousands of such centers. Times will run. Later I found the demand in attending courses outside the college is more than attending the colleges. And they pay money and then get attendance. Because university has got a rule. If you have less than 75%, pay this much money, they will. Only internal exams and everything they will write. College management is also very happy. Because you don't have to pay teachers. Correct? On roll, teachers will be there. They will come once in a while when students come. They will decide when to come and then finish syllabus. Actually, engineering syllabus is finished probably in a week's time. That's it. And everybody gets 90-95% mark. Mostly, most of the students. I'm not saying everybody. Right? Because I'm sure whatever is being taught in classrooms, except the labs. I was just telling Sojanji that I also taught environment science. So once I went to environment science class, when we take class, generally 150 students will be there. 3 different batches who all have to study environment sciences put together, and then I used to take classes. So computer science students, I think 2 batches or 3 batches, 180 students were there. But hardly 20 children were there in the classroom. And I asked what happened. Afternoon there is a examination in database management. So students all skip and then prepare internal exam. And I told these 20-30 children, today no environment science, I will teach you database. Because database was like this for me. We have been working in that in space department for 20 years. DBMS, RDBMS. I started with Sybase, then to Info. Have you heard about Info? Arkinfo you heard? Civil engineering? Anybody civil engineering? Have you heard about Arkinfo? Used Arkinfo? No, just Google Arkinfo. That is the world's best mapping software, which is from US. When I started my mapping job, Arkinfo was not very active. I did it in MSPM, MSM, that is from Intergraph. Intergraph is the company who mapped the whole Gulf. That's an American company. So actually, Intergraph is the person or the company who has cheated, who was the king who was killed by Americans? Iraq. Saddam Hussein, right? So during that time, the whole Iraq was mapped by the company. But all the maps were being copied to American and then sold it. So I learned my mapping from Intergraph. Then Arkinfo came. GIS, Geographic Information System. The GIS authority in the world is this. So I have used all that. So database comes in civil engineering, right? If you are a good civil engineer, all the data of geographic information, that's a database. The database is info. Earlier it was IBS. So we have applied it, used it. So it becomes very easy for me. So I asked, tell me which are the questions, probable questions. So 10 of them, we had a discussion. Guess all the best questions. And it so happened those students who skipped the class and prepared got less marks. Those who sat in the class got full marks. So I keep saying preparing children for education examination is very simple. College is not for that. You don't require colleges for preparing for examination. Unfortunately, preparing for examination is the main task, but practical skill becomes less. Right? So where is the balance and what is lacking? That is why education system now thinking of the revamping. We have developed a lot of people. I don't know how many of you have seen a small series, what America imports from India? Anybody? Anybody? Just Google. Go to YouTube, what America imports from India. The answer will be IITians. Okay? I keep saying all the BTechs, not in Kerala, but all the Hyderabad BTechs, wherever we meet smart children, we call them, they are all Gandhians. What Gandhi told is, quit India. So what do? As soon as they finish BTech, they quit India. I went 2 times to America to stay 6 months on invitations of my children who are settled in America. Right? I went to one of the colleges, CBIT. College name is CBIT. So getting college students for not like strict principal, lot of strict faculties. Hyderabad is very, very liberal. So if we want to get the hall full for Computer Association inauguration, I was called. Okay. So hardly 20 children will come. So how do you fill the hall when a guest comes? The head of the department will tell, if you attend the seminar, 3, 4, 5 attendants. They will bargain like this. Even then students will sit in the classroom. My student is giving a small incident of how she met me in the seminar. They will all have saridon. You know what is saridon, right? Not there. Some analgesic headache tablet, because every seminar is boring. So they will decide, we will have some tablet in middle, and they are forced to put inside. But then some construction work was happening, they jumped, and then security caught them and then put them back. There's a big drama filling the, and that student after the session was following me. This can be authenticated from the name Anusha DrTPS. You just type in. She used to come. She was writing CAT examination that time. Do you know what is CAT, right? What is in CAT? Logical reasoning, analytical skill, mathematical ability, data analysis, comprehension, paraphrasing. Not of your syllabus. If you know this, you can get admission in any university abroad. What you teach in the engineering? Last, when I met Sojanji, I was a professor of mathematics in KL University. But I was not teaching mathematics. I was teaching logical analysis, mathematical ability, English comprehension, communication skill to MBA and BBA students. The paper was introduced. It's an autonomous university. You can introduce a paper. So I introduced a paper which is called a campus to corporate. To get a job, that is what you require. They all test that. So this girl went to Times for a CAT and she found that she was not getting sufficient score in English comprehension. Next day morning, her papa put me into my house and then said, this is the girl, do something for her. 3 days or 4 days, after that she wrote the Times examination, found her score from 52 became 96. That's all, that's simple, 3 days, good enough. But then Times got a doubt whether she is faking the exam because it was written online. And she was forced to come to Times office and then write there. There also she scored well. You can see these words from Anusha. She got 19 university admissions abroad with full fellowship. Otherwise the fees is almost 1.5 crores. So how much is the scholarship? Living expense is different. If you want to MIT, the world's best university is MIT, right? So my student went to MIT with the full scholarship. And that was that girl who was forced to put in the class, who jumped out and then tried to escape. So what I'm saying is, there are a lot of potential students among you. In your classroom, there could be potential students. But you have to instinct that spirit in them. What spirit I gave was to write civil service. This is not my book, it's written by her, Durga Anusha. The method in which I taught her how to prepare for civil service, she documented and made a book with the DrTPS. So that's her gift, my name is her gift. But methodology is what I teach. She was a BTech student. By the time BTech was finished, Indian companies, nearly 20-30 companies she got appointment. Nothing special. Normal engineering college, 3rd grade engineering college. Not even normal, 3rd grade engineering college in Hyderabad. Now she must be earning $300,000 per year. You know how much is it? You know what is the minimum payment which any employee in America guarantees? Government has got a rule. This much has to be paid. That is 75 to 90. Depends on some state to some other state, it varies. She just finished 3 years master's program in 1.5 years. With 4 distinction in different scholarship, different awards by different departments in the organization. I am not saying one, there are many. Dheeraj, another student, he is working with the Cummins, a mechanical engineering company. I don't know how many of you know Cummins company, you heard? The largest generators are produced by them. Cummins. I was there in Cummins. Office. Many students are there in Cummins. But they don't do actually mechanical. They do database management, different computer science. So what is required as a mentor? Why am I saying this mentor? I was only mentoring the students. Make their aspiration to the highest. Tell that a normal engineering college, normal student, yeah, when Times conducts examination 52, you are useless. No. Our job is to make them useful. They are useless, not useless. Useless. I don't use the word useless. I say you are useless. Generally while quoting what we say, you are useless, right? I don't say the word useless because many people told me I am useless in my life. But then I realized I was not useless, I am useless. So the mentor's job is to find use of your children. Get them into different. I was giving an example of the Texas director. Texas State, there is a director for softwares, Krishna Kumar. Google. Manarama also reported. He is from my village. He is a physics graduate, turned into computer science, database. Huge potential. The world is huge. You can make wonders. Your children can make wonders. Only when they are aware of what is available. Right? Ask your student. Yesterday somebody was talking to me, whom I met maybe 8 years or 9 years back. Plus 1, plus 2 finished. I asked, did you write entrance exam? No, I missed the date. You understood? That's the caliber of children. They miss dates. Because there is nobody to guide them. I am sure an educated parent, maybe good schools, the coaching centers, what do? They only enroll them into they make sure that their children are enrolled in an entrance examination. This boy was not there in any of the entrance coaching centers, so he missed the date. Performance P is equal to attitude A plus skill plus opportunity. This is DrTPS formula. If anybody has to perform, he needs a good opportunity. Mentor's job is to give that opportunity. Get the skill. No, I cannot give skill. I can give directions. Oh, this is where you have to go and get. Maybe I am a mechanical engineering faculty member. I know that student requires some training program in soft skill, English, grammar is not correct. Send them to the right place and say you get, right? So the skill development has to happen with the help of many people. You cannot do yourself. If you can do, wonderful. Most important is attitude. How do you set their attitude? I keep saying one of the biggest problem. I remember when 2011-12, soon after my retirement, I was with MANIT. You know what is MANIT? Anybody heard of MANIT? M-A-N-I-T? MANIT, Maulana Azad National Institute of Technology. Okay, why? What is specialty for Maulana Azad? Who was Maulana Azad? Anybody knows? Maulana Azad is the man who started the University Grants Commission. He started NIT first. And that institute is called the Maulana Azad National Institute of Technology. Have you heard of it? Bhopal. I went there. The whole engineering college conducts a lot of competitive exams inside the campus. There is a huge project. Making satellite is the project. To make a satellite, who are all required? See, by mistake, somebody has joined in civil engineering. In one of the engineering college, Thrissur. I went there a few years back. Induction training program. So I asked one of the students, why did you join for civil engineering? Amma paranjittu. That's it. Why did he join for civil engineering? Because mother told, that's it. No other reason. Most of the students don't know what is happening inside the department. Correct or not? They join blind. So I was telling Sojanji, Plus 1, plus 2 students have to be allowed to come to the engineering college and visit all the departments, faculty, lab, discuss with the students, interact with them to select what I need. NIT had such an option. You can shift from one department to another department, one semester. After that, you can shift again. Some children will go to one department to another department, come back to another department. I remember when I went to Hamirpur in 2010, NIT. Many students keep on shifting. I had a lot of children there. Because they don't know what is happening. When they discuss with somebody else, they go, oh, this is not what I wanted. I missed the track. Now, having joined, what do? They go on like that. But that doesn't matter. I have got electrical engineering children, passed electrical engineering, got a job, core subject got a job. Then after 2 years found that it's not my field, left it and joined for PhD in life science from Indian Institute of Science. Wildlife photography was the passion. Worked in an NGO. Many people keep shifting. My son was a mechanical engineering student. The college where I joined for an MBA as an MBA professor. So what did I do? I asked him every holiday go to some company. Every day. Every Saturday, Sunday go to a company. Hyderabad there are a lot of companies. I remember when he came to Irigalakuda, there was a Kalitita company. No? I said, go, make a report and then submit to the MD. This is what modifications you can do. Do an evaluation. He was only a second year student. Engineering college students and teachers. I took my children to small scale industry development centers. Usmania University had got a, what is that? The using powder, you make the model before making the real one. What is it called? Yeah, but that equipment is called what? Anybody? I'm just checking whether you know that. Suppose I wanted to make this product. Do you think this product is made? You make a mold first. Yeah, where is it? Which machine is used for? With the powder they do a simulation. Physically, not in computer. Google and find out. There are 2-3 centers and 2-3 missions in Hyderabad. I used to take my children there and then see how do they make this mold. I don't know how many of you have really seen NTTF. Talisheri, there is an NTTF. Correct? Molding. Actually, the tool making is a big business. One of my cousin brother was a director there. So I used to go there to know what is happening there. Now he became a director in Coimbatore. So I used to go there for the finishing programs for children. 3 days of workshop for soft skill training, how to attend interviews, and then train them. Every student has to go. So what did my son did? He went to different companies and he did his project in ISRO. But he has spent time in BDL, BHEL. You tell the company, every company he must have visited. He also went to Department of Atomic Energy's heavy water plant. One of my friends was there working, so I referred him, went there, he found a lot of interest in that. That 1 week made him from mechanical engineering to a nuclear man. Now he is in nuclear department in America. You understood? Where do you trigger interest? Buffet vecha poleyanu logam. You have a lot of options. Go and taste everywhere. Unfortunately, me and you could not have got it. I am from a small village from Kannur. I couldn't get it in my life. But then now there are a lot of possibilities. So mentor's job is to show them. You have to guide them like a chef or maybe a manager who is arranging a buffet. Taste it, taste it, taste it, taste it, taste it. Doesn't matter whether he belongs to mechanical or civil. So create some projects which are huge projects. So what happened in Manit? We had huge projects. Every children will find out what the space department requires. So you need a camera for what? Taking a picture. For what? Making a map. Which department? Civil engineering. So the camera design comes from civil engineering. I want clarity, good pictures, so that I can make a map out of it. So they learned everything. So I was going there to teach how to make a map from satellite. My specialization is satellite image, taking maps, creating maps on the ground. That's what I did, photogrammetry. But photogrammetry can make only products. I remember my equipment where I make maps was maybe 3 times bigger than this table. Where we used to have 2 images print, we have to make a diapositive. You know what is diapositive? Negative reverse is called a diapositive. So keep that and then tilt this camera like this. So her tilting is mechanical. Right? Not with the handheld. Earlier it was with the pedal, with the leg also you must pedal it. So it was mechanical truly. Then electronics came. So when that was changed to electronics, I was fitting all the screws and nuts and bolts. Electronics. So I was sent to Graz, Austria for learning the scanning mechanisms. I was trained in electronics and optics. So which is my field now? Is it civil engineering? Is it mathematics? Is it optics? Is it electronics? Is it mechanical? So when you come to a job, all these are required, correct? We have departments in the college, but a person goes to a job, he will have to do all this. Is your student's interest is only this, then he fails in performing in such places. We found a lot of children will fail in performing. So the mentor's job is to tell them what you learn is only very preliminary. Yeah, assume that you want to do a PhD, you want to become MTech in that, find a specialization in that. Otherwise, you must become a more generalist. Most of the core people, civil engineering, I have got a lot of students who are civil engineering, simply after civil engineering, from NIT Calicut I have got student who shifted into data science in America. Because 2 years masters in America will give you 3 years working. Between that time you get an H1 visa, you can continue another 13 years. Guaranteed. Some company will sponsor you. And the salary paid is too much because you don't get a job of civil engineering students who pass from India to get a job in America. Mechanical, no. Unless you have got it. But their basic mechanical engineering will help them to work in the database because they understand what is happening. And then database management becomes easier. Data science becomes easier for them. Maybe you can take a biotechnology. Biotechnology may not get a job. But after biotechnology, you do a informatics. So bioinformatics will help them to get a job. So as faculty, your doors and windows of knowledge has to be open to understand what is happening around the world and then push your children to such places. That is today's mentoring. Understand their background. You have got institute, I just told you, MIT has got 1.5 crores, but you have got 15 lakhs per year masters also in America. 15 lakhs. You work 1 year, you can repay the loan. And then your life is much, much better, right? So understand what are all the possibilities where you can have big projects which can start so that your students get exposed to larger problems and programs. They are exposed to the world outside. Which country, which studies are more important? Where is the demand today? When they join +1, +2, they prepare for an entrance examination. They know, oh, I want to go to IIT. If not IIT, they got some engineering college. Fine. Now having BTech, what should they aim for? After BTech, where are you want? Where you have to go? I remember, I went to one of the engineering colleges, a small quarter size paper I have distributed to find out what you want to be in life. 95% of the paper came without writing anything. They don't want to be anything. The biggest problem is attitude is not there. Because they found a lot of people who are jobless, nothing is there. So they get frustrated. They feel that I cannot become anything in my life. It is our responsibility as teachers to motivate them to have a good attitude. This is what is mentoring, right? For which you need lot of knowledge. You need lot of homework to be done. This is what I want to tell. I thought I will speak only 30 minutes and it's finished. I think it's 30 minutes over, right? Yeah. Less than 30 minutes. So you could ask me some questions. I'll be very glad. But this is what I thought today. So civil service is one. By this girl did not do civil service. If she could have written, she would have got first rank. But then in between the interest went to MIT, got an admission to MIT, the world's best. Let me go there. And no thinking back, because that is paid much bigger, much higher, much larger. And the way of life in America is much better than any Indian highest profile life also. I have seen how is being paid. Every day, they don't apply for jobs in America. Nobody applies. One faculty, some guest lecturer comes, because their experienced industry people will come to teach. And while teaching, they will find out, oh, this student is very good. Let me pick up. Then immediately after the seminar, based on the questions, based on the interactions, based on the, some interaction will be there. They will say, yeah, I will give you a job, come. Or I will recommend you to this. Because most of the faculty members are advisory board in different companies. The professionals are who are working in some company teachers, unlike in India. So they have contact with most of the companies. So once you join in a company, what will happen? Maybe that HR or some company member will shift from that company to another company, and they will say there is another person there, pick them also. And they will also keep shifting. And every shift, generally people are, and they encourage people to study. Now my student is joining for an MBA in Kelly University. The Kelly University MBA is almost 1.52 crores. So the company is sponsoring the whole thing. You don't have to spend money. And no guarantee. Oh, you finish this, then you will not go out of the company. Nothing is like that. Go. If you go, go. If you want to continue, you continue. Right? But before going, they will ask, why are you going? You want more money? We will give you more money. So flexible, no? Right? So a lot of flexibilities are there. I am not here to, say that what America is giving. I know what Canada is giving. I know what New Zealand is giving. I know what UK is giving. I know what India is giving. What I am saying is, we have less opportunities in this world. So what America imports from India? IITians. So a lot of questions are asked to the top IITians who are settled in different part of the world. Is it not a national waste? No. Those who are going abroad, they come back, they share their experience. Definitely all Indians will have a root here, right? Yes or no? We all love our country. So what we'll do? Even if you go, you will come back. You know who started space department, atomic energy department? Everyone were from abroad. Have you heard about Sam Petroda? 1984. I remember when the card was introduced, Sam Petroda introduced it. He was a very great person in America, even now. So, people come here, contribute to this country. So, nothing wrong. And we have a lot of people who are great in this country who can go abroad, come back, share knowledge. And now the whole world has become one. Right? So, academic collaborations are possible. When we assume that students from you go to different, how do you credit your college? Is it that I produced for last 30 years, so many students passed. I remember one of the colleges where I went for a teacher's training program also. One day Surya TV or some TV was providing 100% placement. Immediately I called the principal and said, your college 100% placement? Yeah, only 3 students passed, 3 of them got job. Out of 180 mechanical engineering, only 3 passed, 3 got job. 100% placement. No. And who is sponsoring the award? The management has a company in Dubai, they are sponsoring the award. For whom? Their own college. Right. I think we need to have a more open world, lot of competition, where every one of us can contribute. Lot of freedom. One of the best thing in the private engineering colleges in India is probably we have lot of freedom. We can do lot of things. Correct? As a team, if we can work, I think we can do lot of things. So I'm so happy when I met Sojanji on 2 occasions, your webinar and then presentations and such things. It's not that he contacted me, I contacted him saying that no, oh you are from such and such a place. I reached up to Ilahia maybe few years back to give some 3 days workshop on design thinking. I was there. So I was not aware of such a college existing here. So when I contacted them, we had that relationship. That's how we started our journey. So good. Thank you for hosting me. I came to Calicut for a program, and then tomorrow I have got Alapi some program. So in between 2-3 days, I thought this is an opportunity for me to come and meet you all. Yeah, you could ask me anything if you have.
Based on your wide range of experience, teaching as well as in the industry, what are the 3 essential qualities required for a good faculty member?
Good faculty member should have good communication skill.
Yeah, another one, 3.
Second one, logical reasoning. Presence of mind. Where is it applied? Keep on asking 5 questions. I keep saying 5 wife and 1 husband. When I teach, ask question, where is it used? Why am I teaching this? How should I teach it the last 1H? Where, why, when, what? Lot of questions should be there. Let it take any small mathematics. See, I remember the other day, which channel was that? One of the channel in Malayalam, it was not a very serious program, but not a very bad program, but one teacher was there. You are teaching trigonometry, right? Is it useful? Was the question asked by the anchoring person. She said, no, it's all not useful. Who is telling this +1, +2 teacher is telling what she is teaching is not useful. Some place it is useful. That's it, no. They don't even read the paragraph. The textbook itself starts with to the teacher, 1 paragraph will be there. If you read that, you understand, right? When you teach trigonometry, if you don't know where is it used, as a teacher, you are supposed to ask this question. So teachers should learn from asking questions by themselves. Not only higher education, I keep saying from the young teachers also. So when I go to small schools, LKG teacher, I keep asking, who wrote a Tinkle Tinkle Little Star? Who wrote them? He never thought about who is the writer for. Say, it's a poetry somebody would have written, right? Students may not ask. But as a teacher, you should ask, right? Correct or not? Where is London Bridge? Any civil engineering? London Bridge is one big, most famous bridge in the world is. Because LKG onwards you are learning. Where is London Bridge? Not the present London Bridge. That time when the poetry was written. Which year it was written? Who wrote it? That time London Bridge was falling down. Has it fallen down? Why still it is falling down? Okay, that time when the poet was writing, it was falling down. What happened? Did it really fall? See, this question teachers should have, right? That is what I am saying. Logical reasoning, presence of mind, analytical skill. All that what is required for a teacher is what is required for a student to get an MNC job today. If you have it, you will start using it in your class. Where is chemistry? In this room there is a lot of chemistry, right? Don't you start with the class like that? I have not seen teachers starting classes like that. Is not physics here? Everywhere you will see physics. Are you not seeing electrical engineering here, mechanical here, civil engineering here? Everything is in this classroom. So my classroom can be the starting point with allow people to think. Divergent thinking. Teachers require divergent thinking. Connect to the world.
Sir, one more question. So unlike in the past, do you think that the teaching approach has to be changed, especially for the current generation?
It is not current generation or future generation. I think teachers need not change. Teachers have to become good teachers, transformed into good teachers. I don't know how many of you have seen Love for Physics, one textbook. Walter, anybody has seen that book? Or go to YouTube and search Walter. You know, he has to teach simple pendulum, which we all learned in our childhood classes. You know what he does? He puts a hook, put a string there, and then he will sit there, and then he will ask his student to take him to the end and then release from here. What will happen? He will swing up to the end, right? And you know the other end what he will keep? A sharp knife. If the student pushes, what will happen? The knife will pierce in him. If he releases, definitely his swinging will be little less than, and that is how ultimately you will settle. So he says, I have got faith in two things. One, in my student, and two, in physics principle. What a great class is that. And you know how earlier day, previous day, he will come, hook this. It's simple pendulum, which we are all had in our classrooms. But we never had such teachers. DrTPS was so lucky. I had one science teacher in my school like that. He used to take cigarette, put a lens. I will bring him here if you want. He is from Kannur. He is 74 or 75 years old. When he comes, he will come with 3-4 bags. It will have mechanical, electrical, electronics, everything inside. All waste materials he will bring together, and he will teach electrical, electronics students. In hand, electrical and electronics will come to him. What a great science teacher, no? And he will put the cigarette lens and then say, this distance is focal length. You know what is his graduation? Graduation is in biology. He was my science teacher. Even when I conduct a camp in Kannur, I have an old house where I used to conduct a camp. I invite him, one full day is given. The children are with him. And my students, mechanical, civil, electrical, electronics, everybody will be there. They will all enjoy. Oh, this is what I have studied in this. All the principles, rules he will show you.
So I think you are referring to the experiential learning.
Yes, most essential. That will come only when teachers have got such at least thought process. No? Refer. There are a lot of, earlier it was not available, but today everything is available in the, every teacher should make his class or her class from tomorrow slightly different. Got it? I cannot change teachers, but you can change yourself.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for this.
Be a creative teacher. You cannot discover something, you cannot create something. Can you improvise your knowledge? Improvisation. Slightly modify a little bit. That's enough.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
For a good mentoring system in this college, what are the basic steps we should?
See, actually, Government of India, like I was telling, WWS program in all the colleges, state government has decided. Actually, it's a flop. That is because anything which comes from government, we want to implement it. So what do? We will make papers, we will assign this many teachers into this. Actually, it doesn't work. I'll tell you, when you go to some college and speak to children, like many colleges, I must have not 6 lakhs, I must have finished more than 1 million teachers, 1 million students in this country. If I speak for 1 hour, some students will be behind me asking a lot of questions. Then I keep asking them, you have your own teachers in your college who are teaching you for last 3 years. Why are you not asking questions to them? They don't trust you. They don't have value in you. You don't speak to them. You don't show love to them. They know that you have nothing else to speak to them. So what is mentor's job? See, it's a different taste for you to guide your children. That is required. You need to show that, yes, I know the world around. I am going to show you the world around. I can take you to the highest of the highest. If that trust can be built, I don't think assigning, it's all there in every private university also where I worked also, they asked me how many students I said, don't allow me any student. Whoever wants to come, let them come to me. Right? 2-3 times when I speak, I get some lot of children. Though official mentor is somewhere else. Okay. Officially when you work, it's entirely different. But unofficially, if somebody think that, oh, this is a teacher where I can go, this is where I can get more information, I'm sure you will find a place in that college, right? You need not to be a faculty there also. Every day I get, how many, nearly 10 to 15 requirements comes, where should I join, what course I should do. Maybe either parents or students or somebody contacts me every day. I invest a lot of my time on this. So I'm sure it is not official way of working. If there are few teachers who are, I am so loving, no use. You should have intelligence, you should have general knowledge. Then only people will see why children don't respect elders today. Because their knowledge is much higher than elders' knowledge. Earlier elders had more knowledge, so they respected them. Now why teachers are not getting respected? Because you don't have anything great knowledge. That is why we need to upgrade ourselves to the highest of the highest so that people will come to you. That's true in any government office also. I must have trained a lot of official training is not required. Whoever joins, we teach them how to take up the work and then assign them work, give them job, discussions, everything keeps on happening. So then definitely the cloud will come to you. I keep saying, English teachers, when I teach English as mathematics. When I was teaching in engineering college, Vishwesvaraya College of Engineering, which year? 1986. 1986 to 89, when I was doing my PhD, I was teaching mathematics in the Vishwesvaraya College of Engineering. So when I go to civil engineering class, I will take differential equations. No. I will not take a differential equation. I will tell them you have two poles. This is the line which is having a sag. You know the sag, right? So the sag computation, this is the equation used. So you must all study differential equations. That's how I introduce differential equation. So when you introduce your subject, you must find where this fellow is going to use it in his life. So what should I study? When I go to mechanical engineering, I should study mechanical engineering, right? When I go to civil engineering, I should study their syllabus. When I go to civil engineering, that semester what they are learning, little bit if I know only, or maybe, this is where it is applied. So what do? I discuss with other faculty members in civil engineering, mechanical, where this is used. Erwin Krasik, that was the mathematics book I was using for teaching. Erwin Krasik, Engineering Mathematics. Many engineering students have not seen it. Many engineering teachers who are teaching mathematics also have not seen Erwin Krasik book. That is the most applied engineering textbook. Yeah.
Because such a kind of an integrated approach is not happening in fact. So the subjects are actually being taught in isolation.
Yeah.
So the interconnectivity is actually, it's come on the shoulder of the student to derive it out actually. So that's the difficulty they are facing. What we say is,
I think somewhere somebody has to start it, that's it. Don't wait for somebody else to tell this is what you are supposed to do. Start. Make a good group of children. See, Acharyat Padam Adate, Padam Shishya Sumedhaya, Padam Sa Brahmacharibhya, Padam Kalakram. You are the best of the best teacher, Acharya. You cannot teach more than 25% of your subject. Right? That's not international standard. I keep saying Bharatiya standard, where international people have to learn from what is the system of teaching and learning. India is one of the best in this. Acharyat Padamadate. If you are an Acharya, I can only teach 25%. 25% should come from children themselves. You tell me your syllabus, if students, all of them read and then come and sit in the class. You tell tomorrow I am going to finish this part of the syllabus. Everybody learn and then come and ask questions. Finished. They will study and come. You don't have to teach at all. Questions will come. That's what I did. Most of my teaching, I will tell them tomorrow, this is my class. This is the syllabus which I am going to finish, learn and then come. Questions. That's the easiest method. Acharya Padamadate Padam Shishya Somedheya. Actually, that should come first. Then 1/4 what you deliver will come. Padamsa Brahmacharibhya. Keep a lot of discussions. Collaborative learning. Peer groups learning. Create discussions. Think about where I can use this. Where is the application? Debate. The classroom should become full of discussions. 75% good enough. Then the rest 25% Kalakramena. Later with experience only they will get. But neither teachers are acharyas, nor students are learning by themselves. That's where it is lacking. But I was not like that. I changed from my graduation. I used to prepare whole thing and then sit. Cochin University, when I was studying, any seminar was a terror for people who come to my department from physics. People used to come for seminars. I will prepare. You know what do? I ask this student, general library, which book he took. If physics student, I will ask physics department which book he took. Because previous 1 week he will be preparing. So I will also take the second copy of it, related book, and then read everything and study and then come. Whichever subject is that. A seminar is announced, I will prepare the whole thing just to ask questions. Because you ask questions, you need some knowledge. Otherwise you cannot ask questions. I enjoyed asking questions in different subjects. That's how I learned. Make your children to ask questions. If that is not there, any general talk by invited guest is also useless, I'll tell you. That habit should be there in them. Asking questions, that is must. Nothing? You also have nothing to ask.
So actually, the class is about to start.
Yeah.
So actually, the class is about to start at 2 o'clock. So what we can do is, at 3:30, those who are free, you please come to my office, principal's office. There we can have a different discussion also. And also maybe for the continuation of either on this subject or any other questions you can ask. As well as we can also discuss on the CRC, Consultancy and Research Center, how it should be able to perform. And some of the developments we can also have just a face-to-face interaction also in mind. Anytime you could DrTPS, DR for Dr. TPS, Teachers, Parents, Students. Top Police Service, temperature, pressure second. Talli Police Shashikumar. Just search, my number will be there, 944-7437-948. Whichever subject you are teaching, ask me where is it applied, I will tell you where it is. In whichever subject you are teaching. Because I love to learn it, that's how I learned. More questions, I may not be able to give you answer right away, but I will do research and tell you where is it. 100% guaranteed. And also a person who has done more than 4,000 videos and on various topics. I'm sure that this is only a start of a session milestone for MBITS, and definitely you can always refer that. And also, sir is rural and which are occasions he found me, because I was invited for NL as a resource person in the Kerala University. So
yeah, that is where I met him first.
So he interacted with me, which is also correct. I still remember that. Then when I checked for his profile before calling him back, I was so thrilled that I could not even believe that he contacted me. So such a humble person, always approachable, and millions of available. And also during this, when coming back after having a small snack from the town, instantly in 10 seconds or in 2 seconds was giving some of the solution, which is really surprising for me. I'm sure that also I'll be coordinating a secondary memory, not like him always taking notes. So I'm sure that will be very much useful. So I think before as a formality, we will go for a conclusion of this section by order of thanks by our people. And we will continue the sessions with others.
Namaskaram. These are two my books, so I thought I'll gift you. I don't have printed copies in India. This is my poetry 100 points, which is my most of my free time when I stay at my old house in Kerala. I wrote these poems. But there is a beautiful poem on Kalam. Here, Kalam, when you write the reverse, it becomes Malak. Malak means ornaments. Malak also means angel. So I wrote Malak to Kalam, the Malak. And Jayalalitha also. Jayalalitha was one of the best readers. The politician best reader was is my Malak to Kalam, the Malak. Okay. All these can be freely downloaded. None of my books are for sale. But only some students will print it. And this picture is taken by my son. He is a good photographer.
So on behalf of MBITS, I am receiving.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have few more books. Life Made Simple, Life of Love. So many. Few more books.